Hi, bestie. Welcome back. This is a personal call out episode. Just kidding. Actually, we're just going to be talking about this phenomenon that I swear to God happens to every sub, especially when they're first starting out or in their first few years of subbydom, and sometimes beyond that, where you're a sub and you're looking for a dom, but it feels like no matter what the fuck you do or where you're looking or what you're putting out, you're attracting other subs too. This is a real thing. This happens all the time. I've heard this from almost like every every mentee I've worked with because I'm a kink mentor. So I work with tons of subs and mentor them through their journey. And I hear this from like all of them that they've experienced this or are currently experiencing it. And I've helped some people get out of the loop. I'm going to help you get out of the loop today. Whatever. Okay, it's fun. So why the fuck does this phenomenon happen? How can you either break the chain and start attracting doms or make it work for you if you are actually kind of liking it, but there are just a few kinks you got to work out. You know you really want to connect with these people, but there's something that's not quite like figured out yet. Let's do it all today. Before we dive into it though, little plug that the Kink bundle is out. This is a bundle of a bunch of kink courses and workshops and awesome online like resources and offers from a bunch of different kinky educators in the community, put together by the fabulous Alessandra from Dom Sub Living. I've got my own course in it, the Kinky Dating Kickoff, but there are dozens of amazing creators and their courses within this bundle that you can get for a ridiculously low price for all the content inside. It's less than $100. It has my course in it, which is $50. And then like, again, dozens of other courses that are valued around the same price or higher, or sometimes a little bit lower. But there's all sorts of good shit in there. I'm going to talk about some of the different courses in this episode that relate to this topic here, but definitely wanted to plug that because you can only get this for a super limited time. So now is your time to go grab that. If you've ever wanted to try the Kinky Dating Kickoff or just interested in this topic in general. I'll also say it's a really good resource if you've been looking for how to kind of kink content, because I know I tend to work more on like mindset and like dating and stuff like that, and not a lot of like practical, here's how you tie someone up and here's how you do like X, Y, and Z actual play stuff. This bundle has a ton of those resources in there too. So that is a really good way to get it. And some of my content too. So I'll have that linked in the description. You seriously have a very limited time to get it. So grab it. And if you're listening to this after the bundle is for offer, I'll have a link then to sign up for my email list so I can notify you whenever it's around next year. Because if this goes well, I plan to do it again the next year. I think this is the second year that she's done it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think more are coming the years after this too, which would be lovely. But okay, anyways, back to the topic at hand. So what's this crazy phenomenon? Why does it happen? The first thing I would say is like, don't worry if you're struggling with this, because we live in a very masculine society where masculine traits are rewarded and kind of necessary to survive. So the truth of the matter is that if you are attracting subs, it is because you are putting out some dommy energy, because subs like dommy energy. So don't worry if you're struggling with this, because this is an area, just because of the nature of the society we live in, that we're always going to be like wavering back and forth between like needing to step into some of our dommy energy to like take care of business and make sure our lives are running and stuff. Because there's no reality where like anyone here could have a 24/7 always in a sub state, you know? So, and also like, even if that's something you're really seeking and trying for, there are also a lot of cases where just like maybe in your career you have to be dominant, or other facets of your life you have to tap into this more dommy side of yourself. So this is always going to kind of happen where you're going to attract subs as long as you have a little bit of dommy energy in you. So that's what it is, right? Is that subs are attracted to dommy energy. So if you are attracting subs to you, it's because there is some part of you that is bringing on this dommy side. So what do you do with that? And the first thing I'll say is that subbing is truly a skill. It's not something that any of us are like would innately have. It's a skill that you have to tap into and grow over time. And it's like a muscle situation where not only do you have to like find this muscle and work it, but you have to like keep working the muscle too to be able to maintain a like subby state. And there's actually a little something within the Kink bundle called, what's it called? Subspace Intensive, where you could learn some skills to like keep yourself within subspace whenever you get there longer, which I think would be really helpful. I haven't gotten to try that one yet, but I'm excited to, explore all the lovely things within this bundle. Because, some of these creators I've like followed for years and just, excited to see what's going on. And then I'm like meeting and like seeing new people through this awesome bundle too. Anyways, okay. So first of all, it's that subbing is a skill. It's a thing that you have to learn and work on and grow. So whenever you're noticing like subbiness is coming out in other people, that's definitely your moment to like look back and reflect on like, where am I like controlling or dominating the situation that's like bringing this out in this person? If that is like not a wanted dynamic for you, if you are wanting to remain in the sub role, you've got to like start reflecting on where's the dommy stuff happening so that you can then learn where like the tricky areas are for you. Because it's definitely hard to give up control, even if you want to give up control and are eager to. Okay. So it could just be that you don't know how to sub yet, or like you're not used to flexing the muscle all the time. So this dommy side is coming out. But basically, it's just that this dommy side of you is coming out. And there's a little bit of a fantasy idea that a dom is going to come into your world and like break you and make you be subby. But the truth is that like experienced dominants are going to be attracted to and seeking out submissives who behave submissively. And of course, there's like a lot of things that both of them will like want to train and work on and like create expectations around. But an experienced dom is not going to want to start from scratch, especially not and that would be a bit of an unhealthy situation if someone who's like purporting themselves to be an experienced dom is seeking out someone who has like zero prior experience or like interest in kink. You can see how that would create a dangerous situation quickly where, maybe they're seeking someone out to manipulate them and like isolate them from other resources. Like they want to be the only source, like teaching them how to do something. This is why it's so important to learn from other people in the community, like learn from other subs, learn from like a variety of doms, learn from doing your own research and your own introspection to really isolate yourself from any type of, any of that manipulation, because that's like a yucky energy that we definitely don't want. Okay. And I think there's courses within the Kink bundle as well that are really about like, there's a how to find a partner course that will help you seek out dommy partners. And of course, I have my own Kinky dating kickoff that takes you on like the kinky dating journey and how to get into those spaces and what to expect and how to create your own boundaries and expectations around dating and all that kind of good stuff. So that's like the one way we can work with it if you're trying to like break the pattern, like you're frustrated and you're not interested in the fact that subs are being attracted to you and you really want to work with doms. That's what you got to work on then, is really tapping into your subby energy, learning how to work that muscle, flexing it regularly, and learning how to get into that space around other people is such a big thing too. And that's where I would really recommend my own course that's in the Kink bundle, the Kinky Dating Kickoff, that teaches you how, as a sub, to maintain really strong, like to have a strong self-awareness and boundaries so that regardless of like wherever you are in subby space, it doesn't matter. Like you're not going to have to worry about putting yourself in a vulnerable type of situation because you have your boundaries that are like, they're not flexible. These are my like bare minimums, these things that I need. And if anyone were to try to break these, like I know exactly what I'm going to do and how to handle it and all that beautiful stuff, which is so, so necessary. Okay. And then if you're attracting subs, there's this other secret option. I don't know how secret this is. There's this BDSM movie. I was reminded of it recently when I was brainstorming for this episode. It's called The Duke of Burgundy. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the movie. It's a 2014 movie. It's kind of BDSM-y. It's like a lesbian romance, and there's butterfly. I forget what the term is for someone who studies butterflies, but that's the dynamic, is that we have like a studier and teacher of butterflies and then a student of them. And they're within like a BDSM dynamic together. And through the entire movie, it really seems like the student is a really strictly protocoled and controlled sub. Like they have a ritual that they have to perform with like cleaning the house and doing the laundry. And they have like a lot of little elements of BDSM where there's like some puppy play moments and some like, you see some like impact play and stuff like that. And then it's kind of revealed at the very last moment that the person that we think is in the subby role the entire time is actually the person who's creating the script and giving it to their like quote unquote their dom to perform these acts on them. So it's actually the other way around, where the person who's in the dom role throughout the movie is more of a service top. Like they're being given like this set of behaviors to perform. And then the person who is like in the receiving role of those behaviors is the person who's like concocting these scenes. Like they're in the dominant position of the relationship. And they have like, this service top or service sub who's like putting them through those situations that they want to be in and those scenes and like, creating this illusion of this dynamic that's the other way around. So, and we see this happen a lot. I think this has been a recent topic of interest on the internet. There's this video I reshared on Instagram where someone was saying, are you really a switch, or are you just such a sub that you're willing to dom if someone asks you to? And that's totally a thing. That's totally a thing. And if that's a thing that you're interested in doing, it's called service submission. It doesn't always look the way I just laid it out with the Duke of Burgundy movie, where you're like stepping into a dom role because someone's asking you to. I'm actually a service sub myself. And like for me, it looks more like providing like acts of service for my dominant and doing some like degrading services for him too. But it can also look like providing a dominant role for your partner that they're asking for. There's also something on this within the Kink bundle about service submission, where you can learn a lot more about this, how to get into it. And if you are actually a switch and you're attracting subs because you have this little dommy side that really wants to peek out and play with these subs, then there's also a course within the Kink bundle called Tap Into Your Dom Energy, where you can learn how to really lean into that and work with it if this is a new thing for you that you're interested to explore or maybe unsure about. Because if you're a switch, it's safe and exciting to sub, and it also can be safe and exciting to dom. Okay, I know this is a shorter one. My dom and I are actually in the process of moving to a new home. So very shortly, the episodes are going to start looking a little bit different with a new backdrop. I'm setting up an office in our new home together. I'm so excited. And this is being recorded in advance. So that's why we're still in my old home for this one. But and reach out if this is a thing that you're going through too. We can do one-on-one mentorship if the bundle is expired. But highly, highly recommend the Kink bundle. This is one of the most exciting offers I've seen in the community in a while. It's so cool. All the different contributors to the bundle and just the massive, massive value and real labor of love that went into all of the different products inside, and the fact that you can get it for less than $100 for all this good stuff is really ridiculous. And thank you, Alessandra, for putting this together. Yeah, I'm excited for you to explore it all. And I'll see you in the next lovely episode, bestie. Bye.